There's something you need to know.
Isn't there always when you're around?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Gossip Girl storylines the show forgot about.
Well, I don't know. Usually when I enter into a partnership with someone, I like to know everything about them. I think they call that vetting.
Better way, darling.
Well, I just have a couple questions.
I have something of yours.
What? I don't remember giving you anything.
Wait, I hate being out of the loop. Come on.
It's simply not up to me to tell. Sorry.
For this list, we'll be looking at plot holes and characters that came and disappeared. We'll be discussing big spoilers, so if you haven't seen the show, don't say we didn't warn you. Which forgotten storyline would you like to see resolved? Tell us in the comments. Number 10, Gossip Girl revealed a source. We all know that submissions to Gossip Girl are anonymous. Well, Gossip Girl knows who the person that submitted the goss is, but doesn't reveal it to the public.
If anyone asks where you got it, I know nothing.
However, if you rewind back to the first episode, it was actually the one and only time Gossip Girl dared to name one of her sources.
Hey Upper East Siders, Gossip Girl here, and I have the biggest news ever. One of my many sources, Melanie91, sends us this.
Melanie91, played by Lindsay Broad, sees Serena's arrival and tips off Gossip Girl. Revealing sources would have been an interesting storyline, but it looks like the production team decided that keeping everything anonymous would be better. Bye bye, Melanie91.
Good. Things were getting a little dull around here.
Number 9, Bart Bass's ghost. Where do we even begin with Chuck's dad? Let's be honest, you either love him or you hate him. When Bart Bass passed away, he came back in season 3 as a ghost, which is strange on its own because the show never dove into supernatural storylines before. The ghost tells Chuck to focus on his business and leave love behind.
You cannot be one person at work and another one at home. If you're soft, you're soft. And well, let's face it, you're soft.
Typical, right? But in season 5, Bart is discovered alive. He actually faked his own death.
What? You just paid some doctor to switch off the machines? And hope Lily was crying so much she would have noticed you were actually still breathing? What did we bury in that coffin?
Charles, I am here with you now, trying to explain.
So why was there a ghost to begin with? We don't know what's more believable at this point. Bart faking his own death, or coming back as a ghost with questionable parenting advice.
There's just so much I want to know.
Number 8, Blair's eating disorder. In season 1, Blair's character is revealed to have an eating disorder.
I'm not really hungry.
Well, what does that mean, you're not really hungry?
Well, I had like 15 of them this morning when Daddy first made them.
15?
Her relationship with food is told in great detail. When she stresses out, she either eats very little or binges a lot and ends up in the bathroom. Serena seems to be aware of her best friend's struggles. So when Blair gets into a fight with her BFF, she ends up eating a whole apple pie and purges in the toilet. She then panics and confides in Serena.
I didn't mean for it to happen.
This storyline was never focused on again, despite the fact that fans stated they'd love for the show to have addressed this topic more.
Darling, she's fine. She has been for 2 months. What did the doctor say? Don't drive us crazy. Okay.
Number 7, the short-lived love child. Not literally. Season 2 reveals that Rufus and Lily had a secret baby they ended up giving up.
Just tell me one thing. Is it a boy or a girl?
You'd think this would be a shocking discovery for those around them, and for a little while it was. But the behind-the-scenes team seemed to have been over this storyline as soon as Scott shows up.
Scott, stop. This is a mistake.
Don't say that.
He attends Lily and Rufus's wedding, but doesn't seem to spend any time with his biological parents, and doesn't seem to be relevant to the story at all. This short-lived tale had great potential, but was abandoned, just like Scott.
No, I have to go back to Boston. My family, figure my life out. But Lily said there's open invitation. I'll definitely take her up on that. Maybe the holidays.
I'd love it.
Number 6. What happened to Blair's prince? You're telling me that Blair was this close to being a royal and it didn't work out? Yeah, sure. We totally buy that.
I mean, you were already royalty, even if you titled yourself and your kingdom was the steps to a museum.
Louis Grimaldi and Blair Waldorf met in Paris, and Blair had absolutely no idea he was a royal. And yet, this ended up being one of the most perfect storylines for Blair. The two even get married. But the whole thing fizzles out when Gossip Girl reveals Blair's feelings for Chuck.
Our marriage is all for show. And you're going to put on the best damn show anyone ever has.
Oh my god.
There's a whole storyline about being under royal control, but ultimately, Louis is never heard of again after the two divorce. So much for all that royal power.
I want her to stay as far away from you as possible. In fact, for future reference, the Waldorfs do not give in to threats. Your family cannot control mine.
Number 5, Eva came and went. Literally. Remember Eva? She was Chuck's rebound in season 4 when he tried to get over Blair.
When you dragged me in from the alley, you didn't just save my life, you gave me the hope of a new one.
The relationship lasted around 4 episodes, and it was also revealed that Eva was a sex worker in Prague. It didn't really bother Chuck, who had a great time with his new fling.
Thank you for understanding. I didn't judge your past. I should have known you wouldn't judge mine.
I understand more than you know. Just don't lie to me.
Just like Prince Louis, Eva also left when she realised that Chuck and Blair's love is way too powerful for her to handle.
You're still connected to her. I see it when you're together. I can feel it when I'm in the room.
So let's go away. Just you and me. Let's go back to Paris, wherever you want, right now.
You always feel the pull of New York. This is your home.
And that was it for Eva. No mention of her whatsoever, no backstory, nothing other than being Chuck's toy for a couple of episodes. Number 4, what happened to Olivia Berg? Remember when Hilary Duff was in Gossip Girl? Don't blame you if you don't. It was a short-lived tale.
Come on, I thought you lived in Brooklyn, not a cave.
No, I think I have heard of her. She's, she's the star of those zombie pirate movies? Is that?
Vampire Nights.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Olivia hides that she's an actress until she and Dan attend her own movie premiere. This starts an eyebrow-raising relationship, which ends in a threesome between her character Olivia, Vanessa, and Dan.
Oh God. How stupid can you be? The third person is always supposed to be a stranger.
Later on, Olivia realizes there seems to be a connection between Dan and Vanessa and swiftly exits the show. Okay, but wouldn't it make more sense for Dan to end up with a famous actress? You know, considering wanting to be popular was his whole spiel.
You said it yourself, that I was refreshingly normal.
I did, yeah. You have to understand, though, that my last couple of relationships have been just, they've been full of drama.
Number 3, Dan was a dad? One thing's for sure, season 4 of the show was wild when it came to strange storylines that came as quickly as they left.
Congratulations, Daddy. He looks just like you.
Georgina is the instigator of this one. Dan briefly becomes a dad when Georgina tells him he got her pregnant. He instantly allows her to move in with her kid. No paternity test, no nothing.
And we're talking about Georgina Sparks. Her hair lies. You can't trust one thing that comes out of her mouth, let alone anywhere else.
Rufus is the clever one to put an end to this mess. And it turns out Georgina was lying. And that was it. The storyline was never addressed again, and Milo is only briefly mentioned in season 5.
Milo?
With the nanny like he asked.
Good. Then let's get cracking.
Number 2, Chuck getting shot. The season 3 finale brings all kinds of emotions, but one of the weirdest storylines is Chuck's. He ends up getting robbed, and the attackers steal Blair's engagement ring.
Take me to a bank.
I'll give you the money. Just let me take the box.
He doesn't want to give it up, and the attackers shoot him and leave him to bleed on the street. It's not clear how he ends up surviving and getting saved by Eva, or if the robbers are ever caught.
So is Blair right? Is this another one of your games?
Do I look like I'm playing?
And what makes this storyline even more questionable is that he randomly bumps into Blair on a street corner in Paris. Small world, isn't it?
What are you doing? Suddenly we're stopping for pedestrians' beats.
Watch out, Blair. He who sows the wind reaps the storm.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, the story of Chuck's mum. This one is a head-scratcher. In the pilot, we're briefly introduced to Chuck's mum as someone Chuck steals medication from.
Blair's mom's at the country house. Yeah? Well, then maybe I should swipe some of my dad's Viagra. Or my mom's Paxil?
In season 2, he reveals that his mum died while giving birth to him.
Sometimes I swear he thinks I killed her. Who knows, maybe I did.
In season 3, Elizabeth Fisher is revealed to be Chuck's mum. She only appears in a couple of episodes. But then suddenly, it's Diana Payne who claims she's his mum. And then it turns out Diana was actually lying, which someone should have figured out a long time ago, considering that everyone knew that Elizabeth was alive and well.
Please, Chuck, I can explain.
I can't do this right now, or ever. I can't.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.